The mindful set today is mindful emotions with heartfulness practice. So as we always do, feel free to wiggle around a little bit, get the body moving. Okay, you can rotate your neck around a little bit. You can circle the head gently in circles, let the neck kind of slowly feel it. Just notice where there's some tightness, looseness, and then find some stillness. And we'll do it the MLP way. So you can repeat after me if you'd like, a little calm response. I've got my feet on the floor. I've got my spine in a line. Got my hands in my lap and my heart to the sky. So gently allowing the eyes to close if that's an offering that feels comfortable, or soft gaze below. Remember, mindfulness, paying attention on purpose to the here and now without judgment. The key is that non-judgment part. As we practice, we'll get distracted. We'll feel a certain sensation. We'll start judging maybe for a second. And then we'll gently come back into awareness, just seeing what's really there, not the opinions or thoughts about it. Stay with the sound of the bell from the beginning to the end, as long as you can. So as you come into your practice today, wherever you've been, whatever time of day it is, wherever you're going next, it's an invitation to arrive fully. So arriving fully by just noticing that the body is sitting, contact points, noticing that the heart is here, is present, and bringing the mind into awareness. We're becoming students of our own minds with compassion and care. So maybe there's lots of thoughts, few thoughts in between, whatever, just noticing. And now you can take an intentional deep breath in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And as you focus now into awareness, we're just going to tune in, right? Thoughts connect to emotions, emotions connect to thoughts, physical sensations will connect to those. So in this idea of being the eye of the storm, mindfulness is the eye. And the storm, it doesn't need to be an ugly storm, a mean storm. It could be a little tropical storm, right? It doesn't mean that everything is in tragedy or trouble. It just means that, yeah, life is happening, right? So the storm in this analogy can be emotions and thoughts, physical sensations. Now let's just bring awareness to those emotions for a little while. Kind of like you're on the side of a river watching the river flow, and twigs and leaves, different objects are floating by, and those are kind of like emotions. So you can just watch the emotions come and go. And sometimes those emotions are a little bit harder to just watch, and we kind of get entangled by them. Just notice that if that's possible. Maybe there's some peace, maybe there's some anxiousness. Whatever is there, just notice. There'll be sounds, there'll be situations, things happening around you, thoughts. Just gently come back to the emotions. And bring that heartfulness practice, that compassion, to meet those emotions. The strong emotions can trigger the stress response just like a physically dangerous situation can. But the emotion is not dangerous. So let's bring care and compassion to whatever the felt sense of emotions are right now. Name the emotion as a way to tame the emotion. So name them sometimes 3, 4, 5 times. And if it's a strong emotion, it might take more times of naming it to kind of distance ourselves and just watch it. If you need to come back into the body and notice sensations of the body, you need to focus on the breath. We can always dip in and out intentionally with our mindful awareness. So whatever is arising in the present moment is our practice. And notice if there's some compassion growing. Notice if it's hard to build that heartfulness practice. Heartfulness practice is oftentimes way harder to give ourselves than others, and even more of a reason to practice it. So you can just follow the following phrases in your mind or add ones you like to. Just think of yourself as that other person that's easier to send compassion to. So just you can cycle through these phrases with the emotions that are arising. May I be happy. May I be healthy in mind, body, and heart. May I be filled with peace. May I be filled with love. And now just check on those sentences. If you want to add different ones, feel free to. But see if there's an authentic meaning behind them. If the mind wanders and we catch ourselves distracted, no judgment, just gently coming back. And we're going to close the practice by doing them one more time and just visualizing that these sentences are truest form in you. So repeat them again. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be filled with peace. May I be filled with love. And then just bring attention to the whole body sitting here and blanket yourself with compassion. So if you're struggling, if you've been struggling, if mental state has been hard, emotional state or physical, can we dip ourselves into that blanket and cover ourselves a little more fully? The more we practice, the more it grows. And as we close practice, feel free to bring this breath into awareness. Just a few cycles. Breathing in, know that you're breathing in. Breathing out, know you're breathing out. And just remember that you can always be the eye of the storm. You can always use your mindful awareness to really just see clearly without entanglement, attachment, and feeling like something's really wrong. Stay with the sound of the bell from beginning to end to close practice. And whenever you're ready, if you haven't yet, you can open your eyes.